And what I know to be true for me is that the change that was required was me. Transitions can be hard. You don't feel comfortable in them. You may not know what to do, which way to go. And it can be a beautiful entry into you being a new way. You find yourself in this valley that you've never been in before. What do? Do you do what you've always done? Or do you do the new thing that might work? Because a transition, it is an ending, but it's also a new beginning.
A brand new beginning. The power of those transitions is that it leads us to the next level of who we are. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Tools for Success podcast, where we are doing this series right now called The Power of One. And I'm joined by my very dear friend, Tana.
Hi.
Hello. So Tana and I go just a little ways back.
Yeah, just a little
couple
bit.
of years ago. A long ways back. I think of her as a sister and a friend.
Yes.
So,
same.
And she's one of those people, I'm sure you guys have them in life that we don't see each other often. We're on each other's social media.
Yeah.
I've commented on your things.
Yes.
You've commented on mine. But, there are people in life that you're just connected to. And I think of myself as connected to you. So I'll give you a chance to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Yes, so my name is Tana Thulis, and I'm so excited. I retired after 30 years of working at a manufacturing facility here in Indianapolis. And so since June the 1st, I have been learning and expanding and having beautiful mornings with my husband and really living my life in a different way that is filled with curiosity, that's filled with joy. And I love where I'm at right now.
I keep laughingly saying that I am retired.
Yeah.
People, I laugh this all the time. I mean, from the States, I am retired as an educator, but yet here I'm sitting doing a podcast. So
I know, and people are like, well, what do you, it's like, I am so busy.
I know, right?
I don't know how I work.
How did I work?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I am so busy. I mean, this is my fourth, I have 4 meetings today.
Yeah.
2 after I leave. I mean, it's...
So it's like, what did we do? We were working.
Insane. I know.
Okay, so I didn't ask you this ahead of time because I wanted to be
Yeah.
let go and release of some control of this podcast, which has not been easy for me. So I asked you and sent you the note that the topic was the power of one and to pray about it and see where you were led. And you were led to the power of one.
Yeah, and so of transitioning.
Ooh, the power of a transition.
Yes, and so one of the things that I have...
We could spend hours on that one.
One of the things that I have known in my own life is that transitions can be hard. You don't feel comfortable in them. You may not know what to do, which way to go. And it can be a beautiful entry into you being a new way. And so that transition could be a divorce. It could be a death. It could be your kids go to college. It could be you lose your job. It could be a whole host of anything.
That you may have had control over or you didn't.
That's correct. And so you find yourself in this valley that you've never been in before. You may be the first one in your family to ever experience that. What do? Do you do what you've always done? Or do you do the new thing that might work, that you may not yet have had the courage to do?
Thanks so much for joining the Tools for Success podcast. Every school faces challenges, things like disengaged students, overwhelmed teachers, and leaders stretched far too thin. At Tools for Success, we've been there too. Our team of licensed administrators and former teachers partner with schools to turn those challenges into growth. Through tailored professional development, we help teachers build confidence, leaders feel supported, and students thrive. Because at the end of the day, student success is what matters most. It starts with just one conversation Schedule your complimentary consultation at toolsforsuccessindy.com. Now, back to our podcast.
That you don't know how to do.
So what's been a transition for you?
Interestingly enough, it has been, I've had a few.
Me too.
One of them has been my son being an adult.
Oh, I did a podcast before on parenting adult children. It's different, isn't it?
It is. And what I know to be true for me is that the change that was required was me.
Oh, say that again
Yeah.
for parents
Yeah.
that are listening.
It's a real thing because my son has continued to grow. He has continued to change.
That's right.
He has grew from a child, a young man.
Crawling, to walking.
And
to,
now he's an adult.
with or without you, that was coming.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And so what I know is that I can remember one time I don't even know what it was, but we were having a conversation and he was telling me everything that he felt like I needed to know, and I did. And so then when he finished, I was getting ready to talk, and he said, so now you're going to tell me how everything I just told you was wrong. And I was like,
ooh. Well, I was, but I'm not going to now.
I mean, that was the start of it for me.
That's absolutely
because
true.
I was like, you know what? You were right. I was. Please forgive me, because I was going to do that. That for me, that started the transition of me shifting how I related to my son, because he doesn't really need a mom. I mean, I will always be his mother, of course.
No, but I know exactly what you're saying.
But you know what I'm saying? He doesn't need this.
You.
He needs,
Right.
and so
if he falls down, it's because it was his lesson to fall.
Yes.
And you can't catch him anymore.
Yes.
And if he rises, it was his glory to be have risen into, not yours.
Absolutely.
Anyways, we hear that as parents. But I know you believe this, Tana, because we've had this conversation before, that they were never ours, that they were just ours to raise, and that once we get them to adulthood, we're turning them over to the Lord, and we're going to do it. But it's always back to that same topic. As long as the Lord, you're doing it exactly the way that I believe it should be done. As long as that transition looks exactly what I thought that transition was to look to, the lessons that I thought I was supposed to learn, the way I was supposed to be.
Yes.
And when it doesn't, well, then it's wrong.
Exactly. And I am from another thought about the young people today. I think the young people have so much to teach.
I do too. I do too.
I think we could learn, because just like even me working 30 years at one place, when I talk to young people about that,
They almost look at me like, what?
You did.
Why would you do that?
At the same place.
And for us, it's like, that's just what you did.
It is. Because that's what my mom did.
But you know how many years would you have probably not have wanted to stay there if you'd have known that there was an option to go elsewhere?
I know, too. I remember praying, saying, I'm not going to be able to work here. I was working on a machine.
For 30 years?
No. I had started. It was my second year. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I cannot work on this machine, putting these parts in. I'm not going to be able to do it. You got to help me, or else I'm going to quit. And I knew my mama was going to, you know what I mean? I knew all of that.
You don't quit a job.
Exactly.
You don't quit a job.
And then I got a promotion to go to the training center. It was like I prayed that, and then I don't know how long it was, but then I was in a place where I was like, okay, I could do this for 30 years. But I love the fact that young people today don't do anything that they don't want to do.
That's it.
Thanks for being a part of the Tools for Success podcast. At Tools for Success, we believe every student deserves a classroom where learning thrives. That's why we partner with schools to equip teachers and administrators with practical, research-based professional development that makes a real difference. From mastering classroom management to building data-driven strategies, our programs empower educators with tools and confidence to transform challenges into success. The result? Engaged teachers, supported leaders, and students who are prepared for the future. It starts with one conversation. So let's chat. Go to toolsforsuccessindy.com and click on Schedule Conversation, and let's see what we can do to help your students thrive. Now, back to our podcast.
And if they don't find a purpose in it, they will transition out of it.
Quickly.
Versus you and I stayed
and stick it out.
And stick it out and stick it. And then we, I love our generation will say things like, well, they don't have the tenacity. They won't stick with it. Or were we doing it wrong?
Yeah.
Because how many people our age or older are walking around in jobs and they've been miserable at for years?
Yeah.
And we wonder why the suicide rates are what they are, or the depression rates are what they are.
Yes.
And my son taught me a lesson. My kids teach me lessons constantly.
They're our greatest teachers.
They are. But it's humbling to have to begin to learn it.
Oh, boy.
But my daughter had made a comment that was rather flippant that said, I know that you, as a young mother, called your mom all the time. I don't need you. I have Google. And I remember thinking, ouch, that was hurtful. Now, while my son will agree, Mom, her packaging was not good. But can I teach you the lesson she was trying to say? I said, please. And he said, Mom, we live with the answers at my fingertips.
Yeah.
Anything. If I want to know how long my 3-month-old child should be sleeping, I just ask Google. If I want to know if their poop is the right color, I take a picture of it and it'll show me. And I could do that in a matter of seconds versus I have to figure out, are you in town? Are you recording? Are you traveling? How long will it take before you and I can connect? And I also know you're busy and living a full life. And so I don't think of it as not wanting your advice. I think of it as, why would I bother you when the information is so readily available on my phone? And he, as he was talking, because I was very victimized by the statement my daughter had made, he said, I'm not going to still disagree that was the packaging was not good. But I think that's what she was trying to convey to you. And I have been forever thankful for that lesson, because we as parents hear this, they don't really care what we think anymore. They don't want to ask us what we think anymore. We don't value us. They have no place in their lives. And the truth is, we do when they need it. And when Google could take care of it, why do they need it?
And they need us in a different way.
In a different way.
You know, what I have experienced with my son is he doesn't need me the way I think he should need me.
Or that I needed my mother.
Or that
father.
I needed my mother. Or, yes.
Because I didn't live in the time that they're living in.
And so I do a lot of listening.
I had to have Dad write a map out. Now go to that second McDonald's and then turn left. Now if you get to the White Castle, because that's how fat people give directions. If you get to the White Castle, you've gone too far. My kids never asked me for directions. And if they called now for directions, I would think,
what?
Well,
where's your phone?
Where's your phone?
Can you see it?
Turn on GPS. Right. How interesting. I never thought about transitions. You know, the power of one transition that you've brought out a bit, that it's also a transition in us.
Yes, so here's the thing. It doesn't matter what the transition is.
Correct.
There are a couple of things that you might want to be curious about. Ask yourself, is this an opportunity for me to do something new? And a lot of people think that the doing of something new is physical. Going out and getting a job, and it may be. Going on a date, and it may be. And it might also be a new way of thinking.
That's right. That's right.
Because some of us
a new way of parenting that I've never done before.
Yes, because a lot of our thoughts are just repeated over time. And one of the things that you have to be curious about is the story that I'm telling myself about this transition, is it really true?
Oh, so true. Or is it my truth, but not the truth?
Yes.
Would it be true to anybody else going through this exact same transitioning?
Yes. And so here's one of the things that I'm also integrating into my life is, and I think I just posted this. Am I cannot remember the exact words, but it's like, when something happens, am I giving the person the benefit of the doubt? Do I think that they have the best intentions? Because sometimes people do things to me, but it has nothing to do
because it's their transition.
Yes,
it has their transition. No,
it has nothing to do with
you're
me.
part of their transition.
It feels personal to me, but it's not personal. You know, and that could be if somebody cuts you off in traffic.
Oh, gosh, yes.
If you
Yes,
go into
yes.
the coffee shop and the person is me. That has nothing to do with you. They could have just lost their parents. They could be on their way to the hospital. I mean, it could be a whole host of things. Am I giving people the benefit of the doubt the way I would want them to give me the benefit of the doubt?
Thanks for listening to Tools for Success podcast. What if 1 minute could change your day? A Gentle Walk, the new faith-based journal by our founder, Cathy Tooley, offers one prompt, one prayer, one small step closer to God. Start your Gentle Walk today. Learn more and get your copy by visiting Warren Publishing in the link below. Now back to the podcast.
To me, we win with compassion. That's the only way we win. That's the only way I am able to see you and you are able to see me.
Amen.
When you are going through a transition, you don't know.
You're not your best self either.
And you've never, this is one of the things that me and my girlfriend always says. We have never been the parent of a 33-year-old before.
So I'm not going to get that right because I've never done it before. I've never been unemployed like I found myself once.
I've never been retired before. I've never been in this space before.
So here I go.
So how am I thinking about this new place that I'm in? Am I thinking that I can handle it? You're going to be okay. God's going to be with you.
Amen.
That you have everything that you need, that you matter, that you're important, that you're smart. Am I thinking that, or am I
just
being
lost
a
my job, or I'm
victim?
a bad parent, I'm doing this wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
How am I thinking about this transition that I am in? Because a transition is the
I heard the
ending.
Lord say, are we thinking it rather of what he's giving to us or what he took from us?
That's exact. It is an ending, but it's also a new beginning.
A brand new beginning.
You know, so how are you in sorrow about what is ended?
Mourning what you've lost.
Or are you looking with expectation and joy at what could be possible?
I never thought much, you know, having been through too, like you, a few transitions in my life, being fired, you know, parenting, the death of our parents, you know, which is
That's another one.
huge transition when you realize that the next generation to die is you.
Yes.
Is you. The older generation is gone. I never thought about those transitions in anything other than, well, everybody goes through it. But when I after hearing you today, I think differently in that each of those transitions, the power of those transitions is that it leads us to the next level of who we are. I couldn't have this podcast or this company if I was parenting an infant.
For sure.
I couldn't. But the transition of being where I am now allows me to be where I am. I thank you for that.
And
I thank
how
you for
are you going through the transition?
Yes, because others are learning from you.
Yes.
You're right. While I have never been a mother now of adult children and an entrepreneur and now a podcaster, I might be paving the way for somebody else who wants to do it.
You absolutely are.
Never, ever. Oh, thank you, Tana.
Absolutely
thank you
are.
for being here, for being a part of this, for being my friend.
Thank you for asking.
And so I think what I would say to you all is, because I love to leave you with something to ponder and to think is what transition are you in right now? Because I know some of you, Tana and I are a little bit more seasoned.
Yes,
Just a little bit more seasoned. We've been around a few more blocks, but whether you're transitioning from elementary to high school or into your first job or wherever you're transitioning, it's an opportunity for growth. And so thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Tana, for being a guest. I appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. God bless everybody.